This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
I'm really excited about our guest today. Got to see him live at Scale Up Conference in Anaheim, California last month, and his message, his story just resonated in a big way. Alden, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Derek, it's an honor to be here, and I love what you're doing.
You know, last year I waited 2 years longer. Some consultants of ours were saying you're going to have to make a pivot soon. I waited 2 years longer, and then January of 2018, we were forced to make a pivot, a massive one in our company after 10 years. And we did it. It was painful. We got through it, and we grew, but I didn't know when. And so another question I have for you is there when do you pivot? Is it before you run out of fuel? Are there any other signs that you want to have your clear eyes? You want a simple story? I get that. But are there any other things that are obvious of going, hey, I'm not sure if I'm selling the best thing to the best people right now or building the best thing for the best people? Is there anything else I can look for to know if I need to pivot soon?
That's a very good question, Derek. And in my reflection, and let me be very clear about that term, you do not learn from experience. You learn from reflection of your experiences.
Right.
There are plenty of people who live out the definition of insanity of continually doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result, right? It's until you reflect on that experience that you can really learn from it. And what I have looked at is there were a series of red flags out there from trusted advisors, from key customers saying, Alden, this is nice, but it's a nice to have. It's not a must have. And I'm talking about my first product. And I remember how much effort it took to push and push and push. And then all of a sudden the perfect push-up came along and I got pulled, right?
Wow.
And there is this point where you have to start to realize there is a flow state here to bringing a product to market. And many times, if you know who your customer is, and that is a really important element, and having trusted advisors that have your best interest in mind. Now, this can be very hard because if your trusted advisor isn't as creative as you, isn't as entrepreneurial as you, but your trusted advisor is someone who's very corporate and, goes by the book, that's probably not going to be a helpful point of feedback for you because they won't be able to look around the corner like you can, because that's what an entrepreneur does on a daily basis. But if you can find yourself those key experts that can straddle that fence to give you that feedback and have what I call a mastermind group that you meet monthly to say, all right, this is what I'm getting. Here's my feedback. And they can give you unbiased opinions of things to try. And that they have your best intention. That would have been something that would have helped me make a decision a lot earlier.
Derek Champagne here. So many exciting things happening in 2019. Join us. Visit DerekChampagne.com.